Again, doing my review of the Odyssey. This is not a mushroom review. I'm not on mushrooms at this time. This is my brother Bill. He's driving us to the Regal Willamette, and we're gonna see the Odyssey, right? Yeah. Ooh. It's not 70mm, but hopefully it's a big screen. We just ate a bunch of food. I've been drinking and smoking some weeds, and we got a shot of tequila and some Long Islands and the beers. Gonna go ahead and watch the Odyssey. It's been a long time coming. Trying to avoid a lot of spoilers, which I guess there are spoilers, right? The things is like a biblical movie, so you should probably know everything. I just wanted to be like Jason and the Argonauts, so Jason and the Argonauts or something Ray Harryhausen-ish. I want Ray Harryhausen to be done proud. Yeah, he's the one who made all this shit. Like,
I want Homer to be proud.
Oh, well, we'll see. So we're doing.
I doubt there's going to be any stop motion animation in this.
No, but like the idea of it though.
That's written by Homer 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, but like Harryhausen, what would he think of what we see tonight? He's probably like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Ultimately, it's a Christopher Nolan movie, so it's just going to be an epic production. If there's any word to describe anything, it's just going to be epic.
Epic? We'll see. Are we setting ourselves up too high now, or do you think are we expecting too much epic?
The Odyssey is kind of like the great-grandfather of epic. So I don't think there's any such thing as too much epic.
How about Beowulf, though? Beowulf.
It's just,
where's Beowulf fitting into this?
Beowulf was the very, very first English language written sort of story.
Yeah, that's next. They're gonna redo
like English so old you don't really understand it.
Beowulf is next, probably. They're gonna do Beowulf again. Let's see if it looks.
There was a reasonably faithful adaptation of Beowulf done by Zemeckis that was all completely rotoscoped, but with CGI instead of the undrawn animation.
Look at all those cars. People are here to see movies, man. That's kind of crazy.
There's a lot of movies as far as like there's the Minions, there's Supergirl, there's Evil Dead guys, there's a considerable number of good movies that are probably still in. There wasn't a lot of people when we went to get our tickets, but that may fill up. It just depends. It's a Sunday night, so we're kind of hoping no. But you never can tell.
Look at all the cars, though. That's pretty cool. That's good to see a theater with. Why do people put these little dolls and shit like that on their? I don't get that. Is it an Oregon thing where they put their like shit on the nuts of their cars? Like dolls and shit.
Never know, but this is a pretty goddamn full parking lot.
Yeah, people are here to see the Odyssey, dude. Dude, look at this. We can walk. We can get some steps in. It doesn't matter. We got time.
Yeah, that whole weekend walk sort of thing don't work for me. I do not want to walk 500 yards or a quarter mile.
You don't like to walk?
No, I don't.
Is it you hurt your legs?
I got osteoarthritis in my hip, and it doesn't bode well.
Gotta get in some water.
Yeah, that's always cured arthritis.
Yeah, that's good. It's weightless. Water's the best, man. Swimming in a pool. Damn, look at you. So you're gonna back out and go back in again to make it. You got. All right. It was the Odyssey.
No, I can see where the stripe is. I got a foot on either side. So
you're perfect parking spot. You're a perfect driver. We hang out. We got 10, 20 minutes, man. We got like lots of times. We got lots of time. Bring your cigarettes.
I'll go ahead and sit. Close your door, Brett.
Hold on. You okay? Yeah. Oh, Oregon. Oregon. Odyssey. We're doing it. Odyssey. Oh, you're going to stay in the car. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. We have a lot of time, so we might as well smoke a cigarette and chill.
Do you want to go outside and smoke a cigarette?
That's why I got my window rolled down.
All right. Okay, so have you been able to not watch things about this movie? Have you been able to censor yourself from watching all the leaks and shit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
I already know the
how do you feel like that you're coming into this film?
I already know the story.
So, do you feel like you're coming in like overly prepared, or like, what are your thoughts?
I know what happens throughout the story, start to finish. So the only thing I'm really looking for is just to see how Nolan interprets it. What he does to dramatize the scenes. I think that between the Odyssey has been done countless times. It's been made into movies. Sections of the Odyssey have been made into movies. Even the entire Odyssey itself has been made into a miniseries. Maybe even a couple of them. And anybody who's seen the miniseries or seen the movie adaptations or read the book in school kind of knows what it is. It's just a guy who's been fighting endless wars, the Trojan War and all that, trying to fight his way back home. And the thing is that everybody back home, in the age where they didn't have the internet or telephone lines, all the wealthy aristocrats back in his home state are pretty much pushing the idea that he's dead and gone, and because of the power and the prestige of his house, they keep trying to court his wife, keep trying to get her to marry. Just admit that you're a widow and, marry me. And so you have all these wealthy men who have no moral compass trying to seize his land and seize his house. Meanwhile, Odysseus has a son and a wife who are trying to grip onto faith. And so what she does is she lays a gauntlet. She says that any man that can string this bow, and then you have to be able to lace a bow, and then you have to be able to fire an arrow through the eye of axes. You have these old Roman axes with these
like metaphors and stuff like that.
So it's basically a long line, and you have to be able to fire an arrow straight through them and all that. And then anyone who can pull that off, she'll marry. And none of the men can pull it off, and they're trying to get her to put that aside and just marry them anyway, as they're fighting with each other.
Well, don't tell us too much about it. We're about to see the whole thing. Like, what do you expect your
But he gets back home and he keeps it secret, and he tells his son to withhold his anger. He tells his wife that when the time is right, he'll set things right. And that's really the big climax of the Odyssey, is when he confronts all the men who are trying to steal his property. But the thing is, before you ever get to that point, you have a Trojan War. You have a battle with a Cyclops. You have just some harrowing shit of him trying to, this rickety old boat, try to cross oceans to get back home. And it takes decades.
Well, so the anticipation levels, you're in a mute point? You're in a medium area? You don't care?
No. Christopher Nolan is a highly, highly skilled director and an incredible producer who works very, very well with his brother, particularly when his brother helps him write. And so I'm interested to see him do to the Odyssey what basically Denis Villeneuve did with the Dune series. And that is contemporary, make it contemporary for a modern audience, using modern special effects. But Christopher Nolan does not make whimsical little comic movies. His movies are always kind of emotionally dense. And I expect to see him really kind of, again, the word you'll keep coming back to is epic.
Yeah. Well, it's like...
And that's probably what I'm going to walk away from as when I walk out of it afterward. All I'm going to be thinking about is what Christopher Nolan did better. What he didn't do as well. Or if he just absolutely fucking nails it and puts every other version prior to his, to shame. Which he very well could do. Christopher Nolan is that caliber.
Let's go! That scene where he goes, let's go. People are saying that sounds a little too... Like, you don't mind it being modernized, like the dialogue.
Yeah, it'd be weird. And if anyone ever says the word bro, I'll probably throw my fucking drink at the screen.
Bro, come on, bro. Uh-oh, it's happening. It's happening. We're gonna go. It's not IMAX. So this is the stoned and drunk review of the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's epic farce. I heard this is a comedy. Be well out there, brettwoods.com. I make artwork. I make movies. Buy my artwork, hire me to make a movie. It's a gorgeous day out here. Look at the weather. Is it 9 o'clock and it's still light outside? It's 9 o'clock and it's still light outside.
It's the middle of summer. By the middle of August, it'll be light out till 10. We're on the 45th parallel.
We're at the 45th parallel.
We're the halfway point between the equator and the North Pole.
Right.
And in late summers, it stays light out very, very late. You'll see light on the horizon at 10 o'clock p.m. in the dead of summer.
45th parallel. Spider-Man.
This is seasonally very cool. Degree days or even evenings this time of the summer. But we do this year for some reason. I think it's Super El Nino.
It's called climate change.
Probably.
That's gonna be good.
Go ahead and kill your phone. You're going to need to use it when we get to the stand there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I got this. I'm gonna throw this away real quick. Brother's always bossing me around. All right, let's go see this. That's it. So, what's your quick review? We're about to see it. You've seen it twice. Give me your employee here, and so how many times have you seen it?
I've seen it twice.
Okay, give me your unfiltered response.
I thought it was really good. There's actually no CGI in the movie, believe it or not. Most of the scenes with like the giants and then the Cyclops were made with forced perspective, which I thought was super cool. And then it's a long movie, but it does keep you entertained for 3 hours, which is why I saw it twice.
And so, have you seen people coming here stoned and watching it, or on mushrooms at all watching this movie? Have people been reacting in a kind of psychedelic way? It's kind of psychedelic, right? The movie's kind of trippy, right?
Yeah, I would think so. No, I haven't seen anyone personally come in.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
What auditorium are we?
So I'm so excited. It's so beautiful outside right now. I had to go back outside. It's just so hard to be inside when it's so nice outside. So the Odyssey, you got a lot of different things. I've been trying to keep from watching fucking spoilers everywhere and leaks of footage of the Cyclops and whatever I haven't seen. So I've really kind of been gnawing at the bit to see this movie for a while. And I was going to see an IMAX in Ventura when I was there, but I canceled my ticket and just got on the road back to Oregon. So now back in Oregon, and we're about to see it. How do I feel? Medium. I feel medium about it right now. I've lowered my expectations. I mean, I'd love to see a Ray Harryhausen scenario where it just blows my mind like I was a child, like with those scenes that Harryhausen animated and you know, the skeletons rising out of the grounds and the Cyclops. So this is more of a contemporary, futuristic now version of that, which I'm down for. Okay, so we're gonna see it soon. I'll give you my reaction to the film, my review. Probably be spoilery. I think we're just gonna do the spoils. Everyone else has seen it except for me, but I'm excited to see it, and it'll be starting in 5 minutes. I'm sure it'll be like half an hour's worth of trailers, so I'm excited. Yeah, so I drank a little and we smoked a little, and so this is not a mushroom review. This is a stoner, drunker, not drunk, but like, you know, buzzed, good in a good way. I'm excited. Not IMAX. We're not seeing it on IMAX, but maybe when I see it again, it will be in IMAX. All right, so we just saw the Odyssey. Bill, what'd you think?
Well done.
That's well done. Okay, I mean, it's still going to take a moment to digest it.
I'll tell you what.
I feel like I'm a little. I feel like okay.
Yeah, well, this is what was interesting about it is that most everybody knows the whole story and has probably already seen the miniseries, and I liked Nolan's. I liked his idea of how to do it, which is really to put Odysseus in the land of the Lotus Eaters. And from the land of the Lotus Eaters, him being high and being there for 7 years and not knowing it, and then slowly picking up this memory and then retelling the Odyssey really through his memories. That's what I thought was an interesting take on it, because I'd never seen it done that way before. Calypso, who's basically with him, who's the goddess of the ocean, that's the other thing, is that he had a lot of contact with different gods. Between Athena always visiting him, and almost the entire Odyssey was really just one big long punishment for mistakes he had made that angered gods. It was just one right after another. And the biggest one being Zeus's law, that you take in a stranger and you feed them, and the Trojan horse was the ultimate defilement of that law. And for the next 17 years that followed, his Odyssey was literally being punished by Zeus, Poseidon, and Athena was just kind of his conscience sitting next to him, just reminding him of his mistakes and actually trying to help him kind of get past it. But yeah, I thought that Nolan chose an interesting way to tell the story. He did take a couple liberties with some stuff, but I have to admit that the Cyclops was actually very creative. When you think of a Cyclops and you picture it in your head, we've seen so many different types of Cyclopses in different types of horror movies or fantasy movies. Everybody has that one general idea of that one eye sort of centered over the head. I'm not going to give it totally away, but the makeup guys, and particularly the art guys, did a really good job on the deformations used to make up a giant Cyclops. That was generally kind of creepy. And it kind of screwed with your head a little bit if you kind of like looked, to try and kind of piece together the symmetry of the face, because it's a very bizarre disfigurement. And it also has pretty creepy shit. A 50-foot tall Cyclops picking up guys and cutting off their heads and shit. Yeah, that reminded me a little bit of Beowulf, like when Grendel first crashed into the meat hall and was picking up guys and just taking bites off of them and then crunching around in the skulls and stuff like that. I was kind of reminded a bit about that, although in the Odyssey, the Cyclops killing Odysseus' men wasn't quite that graphic with the sound effects and stuff. But it was well photographed, well made, genuinely faithful reproduction. I mean, it tells the story. And I think as far as like the Trojan War itself, how they climbed out of the horse and how they took the city, I think he did a pretty good job of it. And any other feelings I have about that, I'll probably have to wait until I probably think about it a little bit more.
Yeah. So that's a 60-second review?
Yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about it. It was very, very well made, and for a 3-hour movie, it does move along fairly quickly, and it's because Nolan tends to make things very dramatic. So almost every scene, there's a heavy sort of dramatic gravitas hanging over it, with pulsing music and some quick cuts and time jumping back and forth between his memories. Different parts of the battle. The movie is not linear at all. It doesn't start with, you know, the Trojan War and then the long journey home. It starts off where he's an old man eating lotus out of a bowl, can't remember anything. And Calypso tells him to stop eating it and starts asking him about his memories. And then everything starts coming back to him as if they were things that he dreamt about, but they were actually memories of the battles and stuff he'd been in. He didn't even remember that he had a wife and a child when he was on the when he was in the land of the lotus eaters. But yeah, it was an interesting way to tell the story, and I did telling it that way, with the cuts back and forth between his memories, yeah, and kind of jumping around in time and going back and forth to the different types of different challenges he faced. Actually made the movie move along pretty quick for a 3-hour, you know, journey. Yeah, I think for a 60-second review that'll do, or a 2-minute review.
It's a 5-minute. It's a 5-minute review. Is it worth it?
If you're a fan of the Odyssey story, and if you're a fan of Nolan's filmmaking style, I think that you'll be generally satisfied by it. Are you going to walk out of it thinking that it's a Oscar contender? 50-50, maybe. But you'll definitely think that you saw a good movie and you didn't waste your money.
Okay, so I think I feel a little underwhelmed. I think my expectation level is super high, and I tried tamping right down. It was a good movie. Cyclops scene was great. Went by pretty fast for 3 hours, like my brother said. I really, cinematography, everything you've heard is great. I just, I guess I was looking at I thought it might be a little bit more fantastical, but maybe I'm being too hard on the film. But, yeah, maybe I'll have more in the morning. Let me sleep on it. Okay, so I slept on it. Okay, music was fantastic. I love the score. I was hoping the sirens was going to be more of I had different visuals in my brain about that. So I guess my expectation was like more formed about how I would do it or something. I was thinking it was going to be like that. I'd recommend seeing the movie. It takes the first half is more of a setup. And then, I just wish I was more emotionally invested in the people. I didn't get the emotionality that I thought I was going to be, and I cry very easily. So I didn't get that. I mean, I cried during a werewolf scene in the Harry Potter movie before, in the Griffin scene, because it was just so well done. I thought as far as the creature coming out of the thing, I liked it being, in the water. They had to make the choice between one or the other. And that thing almost looked like a big one of those barnacles on the side of a mountain that kind of came down and got him with the long tendrils. I thought that was interesting, and I liked how it went back up to the thing. But I kind of wish there was more of that. I was also hoping for a Jason the Argonaut sort of scene where the skeletons are fighting them, But I guess nothing is better than Ray Harryhausen. Yeah, I mean. It moves along for 3 hours. I did not see it in IMAX. I liked a lot of things about it, the cinematography, the music. I guess everyone's really good around the board acting. It's sort of like a play. I started remembering, what just tripped me out is I started thinking about, while I was watching the movie, it reminded me of, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I was going from scene to scene to scene to scene. And, and so I kept on getting little, this would be funny as a comedy, but it's also because it's been done so many times in storylines that so when it comes up, it reminds me of Monty Python. I could see it go really funny in a few scenes, like Monty Python-ish. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'll see it a second time right now, unless yeah, I don't know right now, but yeah, that's about it. Buy my artwork on brettwoods.com. Find me on the socials, and that was pretty good. I mean, I'm glad I got it over with. We got it over with. We saw it. We did it. Now we can move on with our lives. Okay. So I'm a director for hire, writer for hire. Check out my stuff, my movies on my brettwoods 8166 on YouTube. That's my page. Thanks a lot for watching it. What do you guys think? Did you guys see it? I mean, there's lots of things to love about it. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like this movie. This movie's great. And I'm still thinking about the visualness of it, but I just kept on thinking how funny this would be if it was Monty Python had done it, which they have done versions of this. So, anyways, yeah, like the dog, I think I would have been more emotionally invested in. They kind of just put the dog on a pile and kind of left it. I mean, I didn't get like the feels like oh in this movie. Maybe the Cyclops scene a little bit because it's really psychedelic. All right, cheers. Till the next one. Maybe some more Brett's with Friends podcast coming up soon. And check out my Stabbing Cabin movie. Welcome to Stabbing Cabin on my channel, and Salome and Parade and Remembrance and all that stuff. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.